Hello and welcome to another video. So today we're going to look at Aggro Sword. It's basically the done at 5 style deck, which I see Stars come up with, but with a couple alterations so it does actually go to 6. Because those commands are way too valuable not to have, especially when I've only got 2 Alberts. If I had 3 it might work out a bit better, but I've been running this deck for the last few days. And it seems to be doing reasonably well. It's on about par with the RuneCraft deck for win ratio. Sitting somewhere just above 50%, so I'm slowly going up. It's just hard because you get a few losses here and there. But it does quite well, so hopefully I can get a good couple of games for you guys, and we can really go over how this works. Pretty straightforward. You want to curve out pretty evenly, you want to nearly always hit face, and that's pretty much it. Hopefully we don't get some shocking matchups. I've had some pretty bad matchups in the past. Worst being probably Dragon for this deck because you burn out. So if you don't have them down super early, you're pretty screwed. Shadow can be the same. If it's control, if it's aggro, you've got a good chance. And Rune is hit or miss just because of how it is. If it's D-shift, you've got a pretty good chance. If it's anything else, you will probably struggle. You can still win, it's just, I find it's at least, at minimum, 50-50. Definitely don't have a higher chance at winning a lot of the time, unless you get a good hand. It's really relying on hand. If you brick your hand with 3 and 4 drops and don't get any 1s, you're pretty screwed. But that is unlikely with the amount of 1 drops you are running. But look, I didn't have a 2 drop there really, so I had to drop the 1, which isn't the worst play, but definitely also not the best. Now to decide on a decent 3, I think we drop Pompous just because Princess might be able to be played with something else. If not, we play White General and we boost up the 1-2, provided that's not the one they clear. And they knew exactly where to hit, so these aren't a dumb player. That's very good. Alright, that's not bad. So we get rid of that. Hit face. No doubt they're going to have another mage. That's pretty likely. We should hopefully be either able to drop White General, Novice Trooper, or Albert and just go for face damage. Go decide which order to do this in. Probably not White General because that boosts offset and we don't currently have one. The perfect card would be Centaur Vanguard because I can add the boost with Novice Trooper. And I can hold on to Albert for a turn. Would be nice. Nope, so we're going to drop Albert because we have double Novice, so we can play those next turn for 6. Get 6 this turn. Oh, there we go. Once you drop Albert, pretty good chance they'll concede if they don't have enough to deal with it. Sweet, so we're down to 2,000. The next rank, kind of where I'm aiming to get to, so that's not bad. On to game 2. I really want to get to AA2 though, that would be pretty good. Alright, what are we going to get this hand and who is our opponent? Alright, Shadow, so it's another kind of hit or miss. You have a little bit of advantage if you're going up against control because you can hit so early. If you're coming up against aggro, it's pretty close, I say, personally. No 1 drop, that's really bad. At least we do get to draw 2 cards. We do have the Floral, which is a nice turn 4. Still no turn 1, okay. So we're going to be relying on double Floral Fencer to close out this game. I think that's the only way we can do it. Because we're going to be playing this, and then we're going to be playing Novice, probably playing Floral, and then hopefully maybe Princess and Vanguard combination and boost the Floral 1 drop. Have to wait and see. That's kind of annoying. Definitely going to be a Floral Fencer target. Don't really have any good play here other than just pulling out the Novice Trooper and probably just leaving it. I can use Floral Fencer next turn to clear the 1-4. So that will get 2 damage. Nope, it's dead. Okay, fair enough. That's fine. We have got enough Mentor's teachings, which is really quite nice. Use those in combination next turn, hopefully. So you can recover from a point of having no 1-drops, it's just more difficult. Like, I would have liked to have had them at nearly half health by now. But we haven't had that luck yet. Okay, if they take out the floral here, we might actually be fine. And they didn't, they took out the 1-drop, which is the worst possible option for us right now. If I drop that, yeah, okay. So we drop the princess, even though we don't get a boost, just so we can play center and the mentors for the trade. That way we don't lose the 4-4, we get to keep a commander out for now, and we can hopefully play the Vanguard and maybe even White General, if it'll let us. Alright. Please, please trade with something else. God, they're trading with everything that I don't want them to trade with. Alright, we can actually do this. Alright, so depending on our draw, which is another mentor, we may just hit face. Actually, maybe we trade one of these off, just so they have a harder time trading with things, but I just realized we're in a bad spot now because Foul Tempest clears our board. Or they just power Koei, so that's not too bad. Trade, trade, trade. Kills off a 1-drop. We'll do that. So they're going to kill one of the 4s. They're going to restore their health to 4, which will take off 2 due to this. Yeah, I think that's actually not too bad. Probably could have done that a little better. And because of how late game it is, I can't afford to hold on to the evolve for Albert here. If I don't push, I'm going to get walled, and that's really bad. Still really susceptible to Foul Tempest. I'm really hoping they don't have that. So if that trades here, we trade both. Bad. But, of course, they go that way. Oh, okay, that's actually not too bad for us. We did get the Albert, so we're pretty set up for the next turn. Alright, so now if we can drop Albert to the clear, they've already played 2 Koei, so we're actually pretty stable right now, which is quite nice. Okay, so we win, don't we? Yes. Trade, trade, and Albert. There we go. And that is how you deal with everything else. Rely on a little bit of luck. If you burn out like where I did, you make it to turn 9, Albert isn't a bad play, but everything else is a little less value, which can be difficult. The only reason I managed to pull back is the double floral and them not having an answer to my board, so I did get pretty lucky. I was a little bit worried about that. But hopefully this gives a good idea on the deck. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, check out some other videos, check out the links in the description along with the deck list, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.